real concern for the health of Stefan Edberg in terms of tennis. Set a break down, and a real possibility that this could be his last ever match in a Grand Slam.
Ah, well, perhaps a change of shirt will do it.
Well, that's certainly one of the best points he's put together.
Love 15.
Well, the most points he's won against Karbacher on his serve is 2. Funnily enough, I thought that was the shot that Karbacher perhaps ought to have played on the first point. Edberg was camping on the net, Bedouin style.
(15-13).
I love this deep sort of genuflection that Karbacher takes on his serve.
30 all. (40-30).
Well, he's really caught in between now. He's not sure whether to hit the ball, because when he does, he's embarrassingly mishitting them. And when he's tentative and just tries to drift it back, he feels a bit of a novice, because he likes generally, of course, to attack.
Yes, he really needs something to spark his game into life. Break of serve might just be that. First time he's got to deuce, of course, on the Karbacher serve. And now he has his first break point.
Advantage, Edberg.
Well, I thought it was rather tentative play by Karbacher, but Edberg really middling that one.
It was long, and Edberg breaks back. And listen to this. And from the ovation, you'd think he'd won the match, probably the tournament.
Well, I suppose if wars are made up of many sort of minor battles, it could be classed as a minor victory won. And who knows, it might well be a major. The thought that crossed my mind when Karbacher played a tentative point at 40-30 and then another very tentative first serve at deuce was the fact that he led Marc Rosset 2 sets to love in the French. Quarterfinals of the French, was well on top of the Swiss player, and then got the Martin nerves, the Novotny nerves.
First ace from Edberg.
30 all.
Oh, well, Karbacher nearly got to that one as well. Terrific point.
A lovely control by Edberg, and Karbacher, of course, determined to make amends for losing his serve, but Edberg really knowing that Karbacher would have to do a Superman effort to get to that.
First serve.
Or perhaps Leander Pays and Agassi played a few points where Pays was diving first one way and then the other.
Deuce.
Well, the net cord meant that the ball sat up invitingly for Karbacher. And he has the chance to make it 3 breaks of serve in a row.
He's had lovely acceleration into that double-hander tonight. He doesn't really attempt to step in very much. He's still beyond the baseline. One would expect him to move in quite a bit to try and cut off the angle.
Deuce.
He does, as we saw there, just as Edberg serves. I think he actually ought to be sending messages to Edberg as Edberg's preparing, so that Edberg actually sees him standing in, but put more pressure on the server.
Advantage, Edberg.
Well, he nearly overdid that angle, you know. Just found the line.
Deuce.
Third deuce. Absolutely crucial for Edberg that he starts winning these tight games. Well, that's fine play.
Advantage, Edberg.
Signs in that rally that Edberg was beginning to see the ball. Most of those ground shots were hit right out of the sweet spot.
Deuce.
Yes, I quite agree with you, David. Certainly far better signs than the ground strokes. Now, of course, he's just got to be able to come up with the goods on those volleys. Almost looks like a cat and hot tin roof, but I think it's perhaps just not quite catching sight of it soon enough, but also a mixture of this man's heat on the passing shots, or on the shots when Edberg's at net, because he's dipping it really with quite a bit of venom.
It's just a huge return.
Advantage, karbacher.
And it's a second break point.
Game karbacher.
It was a very short second serve, and Karbacher took full advantage. 2-1, he leads. To serve again. No such problems for Todd Martin. He's beaten Andrea Gardenzi very comfortably over on the grandstand court, 6-3, 6-2, 6-2. So Todd Martin will play Tim Henman in Sunday's third round in a repeat of their Wimbledon quarter-final. Meanwhile, can Bernd Karbacher end the Grand Slam singles career of Stefan Edberg? The German playing very well, leads by a set and 2-1 and serving.
Yes, the problem is that with Edberg looking a little improved, of course, Karbacher's got greater resources now, because having played really a pretty good first set, he's that much more confident. Still look for a few nerves from him, though, when he's got a little bit of a lead in the set, and perhaps nearing taking the second set, should it go on as it is now. Well, how about that from Stefan Edberg? Moonball return. There is a boon too. Pretty bright one out there. Clear.
Well, believe it or not, another one works as well. Don't think he'll be booed for using it, like Arantxa Sanchova's Vicaria was against, was it Katrina Habsudova in the quarters in the French?
Just not in his nature, really, to continue to play it. And of course, that's the point he was making when Becker was saying that he really ought to try and round up his game a little bit more as he got older, and as the power tactics didn't pay off anymore.
Game karbacher. Karbacher leads 3-1.
The first game of this second set to go with serve. And you can, well, I'm sure you can hear and sense how quiet and subdued the crowd have become now. Beginning to roar on one of the all-time greats of the game.
Love 15.
But at the moment, they can only sympathise with him as he's totally outplayed.